All right, let's get my first guest out. It's the greatest musical maestro of our time, Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber. Here he is. Lovely to see you again, sir.
It is not bad to see you either.
Well, you're looking fine health and fine form, but you've been away, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been away. I've been all over the place.
Where have you just come from?
I've been in Barbados, where I've been having a great time finding Dorothy's with you for the Wizard of Oz
just
for
looking
America.
for Dorothy's wherever you go.
Yeah, and there were loads of Dorothy's there, and that was all fine. And I've been in Mallorca, which I love, and
wow.
That's about it.
Just and working in Mallorca as well, or was that just a holiday?
I was working, actually, writing the beginning of my new show.
I mean, let's be honest, writing music, and that's not really work, is it? So it must be, I suppose... But you can do it almost anywhere you go, can't you?
Yeah, funnily enough, writing music, in a way, isn't work, you know, but it's the construction of the shows that is. But, you know, I'm...
Actually producing and putting the nuts and bolts together.
Them all together, yeah.
So you're working on a new thing. Before we talk about that, though, let me ask you about the run-up to Jesus Christ Superstar coming back, was the TV series we had on. And I noticed on that show they didn't call you Lord Webber.
Well, Lord Lloyd Webber is extremely difficult to say after 6 o'clock.
Lord Lloyd Webber.
And I prefer to be called Andrew. I just wish I really... The Lord bit is just a waste of time.
Lord Webber, I don't know how close you are, but socially you do know Her Majesty the Queen.
I have met her, yes.
Well, I've met her. I met her at a Royal Variety Show when I was in the lineup after, and she went, "Who are you?" Well, you know,
well, she did the same to me the last time I saw her.
But didn't she come over to your house recently? Didn't you have a sort of social evening?
Well, we had... we played her the song that I wrote for the Jubilee with Gary Barlow, and she was staying with some friends down the road, and... They came down, they came over. And,
it's a very nice holiday inn, isn't it? I believe there's a lovely holiday inn with a suite on the top. It's beautiful. And you get the carvery phoning. She loves the carvery.
Rather smaller, but we had a very funny evening, and we did a few songs for her, which I knew she liked, and it was very informal, and it was just a load of friends, really.
I love a lot of your musicals, but I mean the one, and we're going to get onto Jesus Christ in a minute, because I think that probably is. I didn't realise until there was a TV show that's going back, and I dug it out again and listened to the tunes, how much I love some of the music in that. Well,
thank you. I mean, it was never really written as a musical. It was a rock album. And in this country, it came out as a musical 2 years after it was issued.
You started work on it, what, late 60s, early 70s?
Late 60s.
69, something like that?
That's 69, the first single came out. Complete stiff in this country.
What was the first single, then?
It was called Superstar.
So
from
the big song?
The rock opera Jesus Christ, it was called then, and then it became Jesus Christ Superstar because it was a vague hit around other countries in the world. But we've never, ever done it in an arena form.
And this is the way you've always wanted to do it?
I just love people to be able to see it here in the way that it was originally kind of conceived, because it got shoehorned into the theatre, and I always felt, you know, it's like kind of constrained, you know, and it was fabulous when it was in, you know, in America in the first arena. Whether people will like it is another thing, because it's quite modern and quite tough.
Do you seek out the young lyricists that you enjoy the work when you've seen what they've done, or do people come to you and say, I would love to work with you?
Well, the thing is that lyricists in the theatre are so few and far between. I mean, that's why it's, you know, incredible for me that Tim Minchin is playing Judas. I mean, Tim Minchin is probably the most talented new lyricist and composer on the scene. I mean, he wrote Matilda. Matilda,
the big West End hit there, which is transferring to New York next year. And if you've been to see that with your kids, you'll know when I say it's unmissable as a family show. It is. You've seen Matilda, then, I guess?
I saw it, and I wrote Tim a fan letter and said, let's have lunch. And he suddenly said, you know, the one thing I'd like to do is to play the role of Judas Iscariot in your Superstar. And I thought, really? I mean, it can't be true. I mean, this is the, you know, he's the, you know, Tim Minchin, great comedian, fantastic new kid on the block.
He's got the hair already and the beard. He's ready to go.
Well, I said, well, if you really, really are serious about it, let's get round a piano. And we did, and he's here.
Now, you are, I know, I've been reading up on you, you're a big wine man. You love your wine.
I have a small collection, yes.
I heard it's a huge collection.
Yes, yes.
Worth more, you could bail out Greece with your wine collection.
Well, probably.
Although that's probably not saying much, God bless them. Can you really tell the difference between, and I'm always intrigued by this, between a kind of a good supermarket bottle of wine and one of these wines that costs hundreds, if not even thousands of pounds?
Well, you know what?
Do you think you can really tell?
You know, they make wine so well now, cheaply, that it's very difficult.
Yeah. Well, listen, we have some wines. We've got a sommelier in from a local restaurant. That's a posh word for the wine waiter. We've got a sommelier. He's bringing some wines in. He's going to give us some wines to taste.
Good.
Because I don't know, and I wonder whether we could have a wine-off.
Well, we could. This is the kind of Cliff Richard stitch-up.
Do you know which way?
Well, you know the famous wine tasting where his wine was put in with a whole load of others, which he made his rosé.
And he tried it.
And he tried it, and he said, this is the worst wine I've ever tasted.
Well, it serves him,
90% sure that's true.
Serves him right for making the worst wine he's ever tasted. You haven't made a wine, have you?
No, I certainly haven't.
No. Do you have a... OK, well, look...
Where's the sommelier?
Well, the sommelier's coming out now. If you'd like to come out, sir... I think the name is... Will is the name of the sommelier. William. He's going to come out. He's a trained wine... That's for you. We're going to do it through hack. What? OK, first of all, so we can't cheat, we've got you... I've got an iPad, you've got that as well. That one,
right.
Yours says Lord on it. William, would you tie mine up for me and make sure... God, it's like being out with Christian Grey. OK, that's lovely. All right, so here's my hat, which was... there. Yep. OK, and Will's going to put some glasses... Get your straw near your mouth, Lord.
Yep.
He's going to put the same wine in 2 cups so we can sample it. We'll say whether it's good or bad, and you give me an idea of what kind of vintage it is and what kind of cost it'll be. William, will you give us the signal when it's ready to drink?
Certainly.
Will you get a move on as well, please?
Right.
So, Andrew, everything's OK. We're just trying to...
Yes.
Have you...
I'm absolutely ready for this.
OK, have you filled his tank?
Oh, dear.
I haven't had a drop yet, and you're pouring all over the floor. OK, how does this sound? This tastes quite nice to me. Share some of mine. What do you think? I would say that was a red wine.
Could be.
Is this a good
it's
wine?
Not bad.
OK, is any good? Will you reveal the bottle, please, William, and tell us what we're drinking?
Yep.
The Vida Nova is one of...
Is it really? Wow.
Let's have a look at it.
He had to study for years to be a sommelier. Is it a good one?
It's perfectly nice.
OK. So, hats off. Let's move the hat. Keep your iPad on. Keep your thing. We'll blindfold ourselves again. He'll give us a new wine.
I'm going to keep my towel around me, I think.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, William. Should we drink some? Oh, that's not as good as the last one.
I'll tell you what, it's got what they call tannin in it.
Yeah, I don't like this one.
It's not ready. That's the problem with it.
Let's have a look. I don't like that one.
I'm not too happy with that.
Can you guess what it is? Is this expensive or cheap?
I would guess that this is the wine that, you know, will get better in about 10 years' time, and therefore it could be quite a good one.
So buy some, lay it down.
Well, let's have a look at the bottle and see.
Do I look a bit like a pirate? or one of Duran Duran's wild boys?
I'm right.
What is it?
This retails at £380.
380 quid?
Yeah, Mouton.
This is 1983.
You can just look on the bottle. It says it there, William. 1983.
Well, this is not ready.
It's not ready.
Well, give it to us about 2 hours later.
You think it'll be better later?
Yeah, it would be.
Leave that. OK, we got one more? OK, one more. Blindfold on. OK, so William is going to give us our wine, and we're going to try our third wine.
Ooh.
Oh, sounds like the audience likes that. Wow, I like the smell of this one. It's fruity.
It's Tizer. I think it's one of the most disgusting things I've ever tasted in my life.
Tim,
somebody take it away.
Andrew, take your mask off. Yeah. It's this is what you're drinking. You ever tried WKD before?
It's
Well,
fine.
Is this Australian wine?
Another couple of years will be perfect.
Another couple of decades, I give it.
Lord Andrew Lloyd, well about Tim Minchin. Tim, stick around. Sit down there. Thank you, William, our sommelier. We're going to take a break, but I'm going to invite Mel C and Ben Fulser to join us. We'll be chatting to all the cast as well as Andrew Lloyd and have a tune from the show after the break. Don't go away. It's OK.